All right, St. Louis, we're going to go to school today, St. Louis. So I want you all to take a moment, maybe grab yourself something to drink, maybe a soda, maybe get some water. You don't need no soda. Get you a little water and put that Coke 45 down. We're getting ready to go to school. I'm not going to play the music long because I've been having problems with Facebook regarding the music. It's time to fly. Oh yeah, it's time to fly, St. Louis. I want you all to think deep. I want you to go deep today, St. Louis. Today is a day we're going to travel out to the deep. I don't think we've traveled as deep as we're capable of traveling, but we're going to go there today. What we must begin to understand, and I think it's very important for us to understand, is that all is not as it appears. Many of you believe it is. And the reason you believe it is as it appears because you lack the power to be able to discern what's truly going on. Just imagine if you were trying to travel somewhere and you didn't have the power needed to get there, but yet you might get there, but it might take you a lot longer than you anticipated. But you're cool with that because you don't know that you could have gotten there sooner because your mind wasn't strong enough to let you know how to figure it out. So as a result, since the world was created, we never reached the level of development to be able to discern what we didn't know because we lacked the power, unfortunately, to know. So as a result of lacking the power, you are not going to know there's something to know because you don't have the ability to discern it because your mind have not yet reached full mind development to show you that you were following a tremendous amount of deception. We must begin to ask ourselves, why have we been following that deception for so long? Why have we been following fables and stories for so long? Many have been talking about the church ever since the world was created. They might have called it something else, but yet they were talking about a church. And they go inside the church and everybody come together on one accord and everybody pray and expect God or Jesus to return and set people free. Some people talked about Muhammad and Buddha, Hare Krishna back in the day, but nobody was able to refute what they were saying. The question is, from Genesis to Revelation, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, we've been saying those same things for so long, and subsequently we've established cults, followers, which is a sound, and everyone is literally following that algorithm. And the reason they're following it because they haven't reached a perfected state to know that they were following deception. Many normally believe that they are going to go somewhere when they leave here. But the question I ask all of you, why do we have to leave? Why can't we stay but change our place in space and time? In other words, when you are walking around with your senses, your taste, touch, smell, hear, and see, before you literally see what you see, the mind has already encoded what you see, and subsequently you then see. But it happens so quick, and you're moving so slow, so it looks as though you are the one seeing. And you don't know that you can go deeper than you have traveled because the motherboard literally made the assessment before it hit the monitor, but you didn't know because your mind is moving so slow. You looked at the monitor but didn't realize the reason you couldn't discern deeper is because your mind wasn't able to extrapolate at a level in which you never knew you were capable of extrapolating. If I say to you seconds, 60 seconds is a minute, 60 minutes is an hour, 24 hours a day, 365 days is a year. If I say that, we've all, based upon what we were taught mathematically, we looked at numerics based upon time, so subsequently, we came up with years. We came up with birthdays and holidays, and as a result of coming up with birthdays, holidays, and years, nothing has changed. But yet, we came up with life expectancies. A life expectancy, they say 60, 70, 80 years. But what happens if the years in which we were able to formulate or come up with were wrong? In other words, that's just letting us know that we're dying. But what happens if we reach a perfected mind? There wouldn't be years because we will literally stop the time. Now, you can continue to anticipate that there are years, but your reality will be counter and different than those that are looking through the eyes darkly. In other words, you will see things face to face, and you will start questioning what you're hearing, seeing, taste, touch, and smelling. And the reason being is because you're now seeing at a pace in which you never knew you were capable of seeing. It's no different than an attosecond, 1 second, but an attosecond is a billionth of a second greater than the second. So therefore, that means if you literally are dying in 60 years, but a person that's moving in attoseconds won't die for 1 billion plus years. I know you're thinking, how is that possible? The reason you don't know it's possible is because you hadn't reached the level of perfection to know that it is possible. So therefore, you can only think at the level of your undeveloped mind. Now, in no way am I trying to be facetious or talk bad about my brothers and sisters, black, white, Asian, and Hispanic. I'm coming to tell you all that we have the ability to literally warp space and time and literally see the world as it truly is. And as a result of the world being formed 13.8 billion years ago, we would subsequently become one with 13.8 and the now, and we will be able to see past, present, and future. In other words, we're talking about precognition. We're talking about discernment. We're talking about your ability to be able to surpass the ionosphere at absolute zero minus friction and heat, and be able to stop time as you know time, and subsequently your cells will no longer mutate and make bad copies of themselves, which will allow you to be in a state of probability, but not in a state of perfection. I'm trying. You guys have to work with me and understand that we are not supposed to perish. We are not supposed to die. Our light is not supposed to go dim. And the reason it's been going dim for so long, because we've been following false religion, false doctrine. These pastors are making merchandise of you. But more importantly, these pastors are being manipulated outside their own awareness, no different than I was. I preached for years, didn't know that I didn't know that I didn't know. I thought I knew. But once I came to myself and began to understand, I realized I was too being tossed to and from and didn't know it. You can only serve one or the other. You can't serve both. You either hot or you cold. So what I'm saying to you all, it's our responsibility to work hard, to do what we must do, and come to the realization that we're not supposed to be dying in Chicago, New York, all over this damn world. We're not supposed to be getting shot down like animals. I don't care if you're black, blue, green, or polka dot. We are not supposed to be perishing. And the reason this is occurring is because we have not reached the perfect state of mind. And once we get to that level of understanding, not a devil in hell can come up against us. So I'm telling you all, many of you don't like what I'm saying, and the reason you don't like it, because you can't process it. If you can process it, you'll like it, because you become one with what you now process. I'm telling you, you're playing Russian roulette with your life. You don't know if you're going to be here today or tomorrow, but once you reach a perfect mind, you're not going anywhere. And the reason you're not going anywhere, because your light is so bright, you've exceeded darkness and you're walking on it. The time is for us to walk away from this false religion, false doctrine. You got Christians fighting Catholics, Catholics fighting Buddhists, Muslims, and we all are people. We all have cells. We all have neurotransmitters and synapses, but yet we're all fighting each other, hating our mama, hating our brother, hating our sisters, robbing and acting a damn fool. And the reason you are is because you've been following that false religion for so long. You never became that light that set up on top of the hill. You never became Alpha and Omega, first and the last, because you've been following something that couldn't give you the strength that you need in order to break free from hell itself. The time is now to fight. You must fight. You either with us or against us, but you cannot defeat what's greater than what has held us captive. The time is now. May God bless you all and wake you up so you can see in this season and you can kick the devil's ass, because he's been gripping, or she been gripping, or that algorithm has been gripping you since you known yourself, but yet you didn't know that you were capable of becoming the truth. Turn that light on. Take that mountain, St. Louis, Chi-Town, Alabama, Georgia, the Bahamas, New York, Oregon, Florida. The time is not tomorrow. The time is today. May God bless you all. Get you to understand. I'm fearless, and I don't play the radio, second to none. Time is now for us to come together. God bless. Much love.